people who decide to openly fall in the category of, for example, transgender, why is the suicide rate so high in that group specifically? 50%.
One, because like you have an identity crisis. So I think of what actually the Law of One says about, and this is kind of crazy, and I'm not saying that this is my point of view. I'm saying this is what I've taken from the Law of One, is that it says that when a soul, like a person, has incarnated in like a male body, for example, but they've had most of their previous incarnations as a female, if they live in a densely populated area because of like auric infringement from other people and like them basically getting their energy confused, they will revert to the sex that they've incarnated most as. And they say that like if it's at least 65%, say like you've had 65% of your lives as a female.
I know what you mean.
And you incarnate
as a male, and you're surrounded by females.
And you're surrounded by, just dense,
female energy.
Just any, really.
But like female energy would have to be kind of very much there.
Yeah. Well, really just
to influence.
Really other energy would just kind of push in on you and confuse you. I mean, and this is, what the Law of One says. But
no, I mean, it makes sense.
It says you will basically revert back to like because like your original identity or like what you've identified as more, and so you would actually see yourself as like a female energy and like as a like you, and that's why I think
I've heard people talk about this.
People say like I feel like I'm a woman who was born in a man's body, and so that is an explanation to where
that's the best explanation I've gotten.
That's the best explanation, to be honest, I've heard.
That like not even transgender people have given me a better definition than that. Like for most transgender people, they didn't even give me any explanation. It was the here's my, I don't know what the hell, I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know why this is happening.
But yeah, so I mean, if you want to look that up, if you just go on Google, look up Law of One, and it would be just homosexuality, I think is the term.
Like the topic.
But yeah, and yeah, I can find it and then we can link it, or
we'll link it on the screen.
Drop it in there.
So, okay. Any additional things you want to touch on?
No, I mean, and so I'm like those as far as like gender fluidity and it's like those are the reasons I see, because I really do. I've met a number of people who are like, yeah, like I feel like I'm both a man and a woman, like female. I have some people think they have two souls, like in the same body, and it's like, and it's not. They're not like trying to like even convince you of anything. It's like that's just how they feel, and so I really feel like the time we're in with so many people on the planet, so many souls, I think there's more souls here on the planet from so many different places than more than has ever happened essentially probably in the universe. And I think we're transitioning into a higher level of consciousness, and I think because of that, and with so many different energies here, of course it's going to seem like chaos, and it's going there's just going to be so many different expressions. People look so different, act different, have just different ideas, and then it's like if you go out and look, there's plenty of people out there who have memories of being on other planets, of living lives on other planets, and or as living as an energy, as a sun, or as part of the great central sun. And so I really, it's if you start getting into that world, you'll really stop seeing people as a physical body. You'll see them as an energy that's currently animating a physical body. It's this is a vehicle. And so, if we're going, I'm not a man or a woman. I'm both.
But if we're going by off of what you just been talking about, what solidifies how you reincarnate and what the decision is made?
I mean, it's just...
What is the factor that picks that? You or something else?
It's you as a soul, yeah.
So there you go.
Based
so
on
if
your
you
lessons.
picked it as a soul, and now you're having a hard time with it on the actual other side, you did this.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing about illness or
No, all
anything.
I'm saying is this.
Disability.
Here's what I'm saying. If we're going off of that idea, is because you picked that for a reason. You picked that for a reason because that's a lesson you're supposed to learn.
Yeah, but what if the reason was to show people that it doesn't matter what you identify as, that you can be whatever you want, and that like if you want to like dress as if you're like 6'6" man, and that's like.
But if that was so healthy,
very strong.
then why such high suicide rate? If that was the right move, then why would they not be committing any suicide?
I mean, those are two different
No,
things. It's like people.
I guess what I'm going at is like if something is the right move, if it's the right direction that we're supposed to head towards, why such a detrimental result on the other end?
I mean, I'm not saying it's the right move.
I'm posing the question. I'm not saying that you said or you didn't. I'm just posing the question out loud, saying, okay, because I can get down with the reincarnation and that you pick the path that you're supposed to go in order to learn the lessons you're supposed to learn in order to evolve. Mm-hmm. I'm down with that. And so when I picked that I'm going to be a male for this lifetime, I signed up for that. I signed up to be a male in this lifetime, and I'm going to fill those shoes. Yeah. And so that's my point.
Maybe you signed up as a male who wants to express feminine energy.
And that's fine.
And to show that like you don't want to conform to anyone's idea of anything. I think that's one of the biggest reasons I think people express as transgender and as like autistic is because their soul is gonna show people like, hey, I'm not gonna conform to your stupid rules. I'm gonna be who I am. Like, forget your rules. Like, if I want to be a man, if I want to be born as a man and then, transform myself into a woman, like physically as, because that's how I feel inside. And like, that's what I'm going to do. And like, who cares? Like, that's why I'm here.
And that's fine. You can feel however way you want. It just so happens that unfortunately, a lot of those people are barking super loud on the internet, trying to change the world to now their standards.
Yeah.
And so, for example, off of your topic, so you can be whatever you want. I'm a 185 pound, 6 foot tall dude who has been wrestling and doing fighting for my entire life. And I now decide I'm not Bruno, I'm Bruna. And I'm now a female, and I'm going to fight females. At what point do we draw the line here?
Well, to me, that's like a physiological thing. Has nothing to do. You see,
I'm taking the esoteric idea and I'm putting it to reality.
No, but that's like,
that's reality. This is happening. This story is not, I didn't make this up. This is happening right now.
For that, I don't think men should be, if you were born a man, I don't think you should be able to compete in women's sports. If you're going to separate by gender. If that's what you're going to do, I think the standard should be what gender we're
talking about. Sports that have always been broken down, male and female, all the way down from elementary school all the way down to pro level, to pro level. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
it's happening all the way through.
Yeah. No, so me personally, I think if you were born a man, you should compete with men. If you were born with women, you should compete with women. I don't think, even if you identify as different.
All right, thanks for watching this clip from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch the full episode, go ahead and check out us at appropriateculture.com. You can also check us out on social media platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.